Konnichiwa! Hello everyone, my name is Nadia, but you can call me Mochi. So, after playing 10 plus hours of Story of Seasons Grand Bazaar, I thought I'd share my thoughts and a little overview about this game for those that are interested. For your information, I also played only after its launch. So, to start this off, I wanted to congratulate the players of the original game for the DS because you guys are winning with this game. I remembered I used to play it for a little bit for the DS, but at that time I was much more into Tales of Two Towns, so I didn't get that far in this one. I think I gave up like in 2 days. So my playthrough and experience of diving to this game this time might not mirror from the POV of a player of the original title, but rather someone who has played Harvest Moon and Story of Season games in general. So, let's dive in! In Story of Seasons Grand Bazaar, we start off as someone who volunteers to be a farmer in Zevertown. From there, you will then meet the mayor, Felix. I feel like he's familiar and exists in my memory somehow, but I also don't remember because I don't remember. Is he this cheerful? Is he this buff back then? I don't know. Anyway, the general lore is that a former farmer has moved out from that Zephyr town, and since then, the bazaar has not been the same, and so you are the new farmer. And while being a farmer, you will also have to work hard to make the bazaar great again. It's interesting to me that during the first few cutscenes, they make sure you get the basics of the bazaar job more than the farming. Like before farming and everything, you have to understand the mechanics, the basics of the bazaar, how it goes, how you're gonna sell things first, and then you start farming. Which is actually nice, okay? That you know which thing to focus on actually, right? So now that the intro parts are done, I will now share a few of the things I actually like. First of all, everything is given to you. I cannot count how many times I've said for free in this game. Like the tools for free? Sure. But then comes a chicken for free. Then the fixing of the windmills that helps your farming jobs easier, also for free. And your mayor is always so generous with his gifts. Like if you can see this, right? Like every time you get a title, an achievement, your mayor will actually spam your mailbox and give you gifts. So every day I think someone is going to come knocking at your door giving you something for free, or either you just have to get a few items which may or may not be rare to get, but it's more to you have to find the items more than having to pay for those things like the other games, you know, like when you wanted to upgrade a tool in the previous games, you will have to have the lumber, the stone, and then 20k 30k of money. And I guess that's why I love it so much, because they're really just giving a lot of things for free in this game to make your farming job easier. Because like it or not, you will have to focus on your bazaar, and that is definitely the number one focus as per the title. Of course, disclaimer, not everything is free. You still have to get money for expansion and things. It's just that they make it much easier for you, in my opinion. At least it's easier for me. However, regarding the money in game, I will talk about it later, okay? So number 2, I specifically like the Hatchet tool. With just that one tool, you get to cut lumbers and smash stones and also mine all in one go, and you don't have to change your tools that many times either, right? And the next one is refill stamina for free. One more thing that makes me happy is that you don't have to pay for baths outside of your house to get your stamina refilled. You literally just go home, bruh. I let you imagine after a sweaty farming work from 6 a.m. to 12 p.m. in game, you just hop into a shower at 12 p.m. and be so refreshed to start the day with new stamina and woo your future husbands and wives, and now with no sweat. You know how expensive buffs are in general in other farming sim games? So the next thing will be leveling up items. So I didn't have the grinding mindset when I played these games before and even now, but for this game, it makes it really easy to level up items. I know for some people it's really important, and some quests in other games also like need you to have turnip level 3, level 5, level 6 for it to progress, right? Thankfully, leveling up items in game, like in this game, is so easy. If you're familiar with previous Harvest Moon or Story of Season titles, then you may know what sprites are. If you don't know about them and don't want to be spoiled, feel free to skip this part. But to talk about the sprites are a true saviors in this game, because they make leveling up fishes, foraging items, and even bugs so easy. All you have to do is bring them enough quantity of these items and ta-da, those things get leveled up. And I guess in-game is pretty important, and I'm so happy that it makes it easier, because otherwise I will find that part the most boring part. However, leveling up seeds is a little bit different. It's just that the usual thing, because you have to have a higher level of crops to create higher level of seeds. And if you play the game, you'll understand when I talk about the windmill. It's the most important thing in this game. So far I haven't figured out the easy way to do this seeds leveling up thing. So if you do, please let me know. Last but not least about this game, the events of falling in love and marriage. I haven't made it that far yet, but I feel like it's definitely easier to keep track of any scenes that you have triggered with their new map system. As you can see, you just have to find a pink exclamation mark in the map. Then that means you have a bonding event with that character, which is actually pretty nice, because I remember back in the day we have to open guides and say, oh, will this character be there at 2 to 6 p.m. in the cafe, and I will have to go there on a sunny day. I mean, it's no different. There's no difference with this one. It's just that it makes it easier for you to keep track, and I feel like it makes it easier for you to play without a guide. You can just, see the pink thing, you know where to go. I will complain one thing, is that sometimes when you have no clue, the event will be locked for some time until the requirements are met. Like, specifically, they want to meet you on a stormy day in the fucking cafe at like 12 a.m. in midnight, for example. So you have no indication of that, but you will know, because there's going to be a ping sound on your map, or when you're just going by your day and there's going to be a ping sound, and then the ping thing will come up on your map. And another easy point in this game is, I don't think you need to be at a certain heart level with any villagers to ask for expansion and whatnot. Tales of Two Towns, I'm looking at you. But also don't worry, because the heart levels are so easy to gain, even just by talking every day and not giving gifts. But that's just me. I'm lazy to cook even in the game. I will tell you that currently I am pursuing this gentleman, and I cannot wait to see which babies are going to have our faces. Well, fun fact, I also never made it to marriage even in other titles, because there's just too much work. But this might be the first one, because as I mentioned before, it's quite easy. It's really quite easy to get those heart levels up. I'm barely into spring, and I don't know, I think I'm already 3 hearts in, which is pretty fast, right? And now we come to a few cons, I guess. Just a few things that I, just want to point out for others to be aware of. Of course, no game is perfect, and this is my opinion, my point of view. So first of all, as with every farming sim games, money is going to be hard to come by, especially in the beginning. I think things are very expensive and you gotta save on a lot of resources for you to be able to sell on your bazaar on Saturdays, which makes it harder to budget your resources on when or what can you sell. You know, like, let's say I have turnips, right? Like 20 turnips. Like, I can't just sell that on the store at the store, but I also need to achieve some kind of target for the bazaar, so I have to keep it. So my money will only come on Saturdays. But don't worry, on Saturdays I know the money will come in like bulks, in thousands. But at the same time, you need like seeds for the week. It's gonna be a lot of foraging. But thankfully, foraging resources are given in abundance. It's literally everywhere, and sometimes even refreshes once you get out of the frame in your map. And with that, you still can sell your items at you know, the three the three triplets. Are it triplets? No, siblings. The three siblings, if you're familiar with the other games. So these foraging resources, you can sell it at Miguel's Mercantile. I'm sorry, I don't know how to pronounce this, but yeah, you can still sell stuff everywhere, other than at the bazaar. The next point in game, I guess, maybe I'm just lazy in the game, but walking everywhere takes so much time, especially when your farm is literally almost at the end of the earth. At this point in my game, I don't know when I'll get horses, but also I don't want to spoil myself yet, so I don't search it up online yet. But I know that it's a normal thing in this series. You're gonna get like 50k steps in that game, bruh. It's just so far. And lastly, I guess this one is actually a thing that I don't like, is that I'm not a fan of the calendar being just at home and not on your menu, like other games that have the same features that I've played before. Because if I don't check the calendar on my wall at home every day, I'm bound to forget their birthdays. I'm so sorry, Miss Sonia. I forgot. Like, I checked the calendar a few days before, then I just forgot. She's such a sweet lady. I'm sorry, Miss Sonia. Now then, to end this video that ended up longer than I expected it to be, I will conclude that I actually love this game. I enjoy it. There's so many improvements to the game mechanics and quality of life in general, and it makes progressing much more enjoyable and easier rather than just grinding or repeating the same things that may come out as boring to some, including me. Sometimes I do find farming games repetitive, haha, looks away. But yes, I do like it a lot. And I feel like, coming from playing the previous titles of the games back when they're on like different consoles or handheld, I think, yeah, this one has so many improvements. Like, please enjoy it. As someone with a full-time job also, I do enjoy having games where I can progress pretty easy like this, while also being excited about a lot of new things, both in the game and the new improvements that just makes me go, like, wow, like, holy hell, this is so different from what I'm used to. I'm like, is this okay? For free? I mean, of course you're paying for the game, but like, in game everything is so much easier. I'm pretty sure also that the game could be improved in a lot of ways. The number one being, it's not a good game to play on a keyboard and a mouse. Unfortunately, I really recommend playing it with your controller. I also had to do like a workaround to use the controller. I don't know if it's only me though, but yeah. Better than that, I really enjoyed the game, and I hope other people will, get to enjoy the game, even if you guys have never played any of the previous titles or any farming sim in general, or you're actually used to farming sims and have never tried the series, or you are used to it. Do play the game. Like, I recommend it so much. And I guess that is the end of the video. Thank you so much for watching and listening until the end. Hopefully we'll be able to meet next in my next video. Thank you so much, everyone. I will be seeing you next time. Bye bye. Bye. Bye bye. Bye.